Boss, I want to talk to you about how to become a UPS personal vehicle driver, how to actually make a cash in this industry. And we have a great opportunity for you. You have the opportunity to earn from $21 all the way to $78 per hour, boss. And on top of that, you get paid weekly. Fantastic. So I want you to stick around because I will be really spilling a lot of beans into this conversation. So let's get right into it. Let me first talk about the opportunity. Boss, I want you to look on the screen right now. Look on the screen. So this is the opportunity I'm talking to you about. So UPS personal vehicle driver. So basically you are building a career from your own car. So the thing is that you're not driving UPS vehicles. No, you have your own cars and you're using your own cars to actually deliver loads on behalf of UPS. And what will happen here is that if you qualify as a personal vehicle driver for UPS, you actually have a seasonal full-time job that can lead to a rewarding career. We love the fact that UPS is giving you flexibility. So the job can be full-time, it can be seasonal, it can be like, it really think of it as a great job, a great gig on the side. So if UPS needs you, for example, during the holiday season, if they have let's say a high volume of orders and they need personal vehicle drivers to kind of help them fill those needs, they will actually call you. But the cool thing is that you don't have to wait for the holiday season. There are jobs all the time. The only thing is you got to be in the right geography. If you are in the right geography, you'll get jobs all the time. So you have a seasonal full-time job that can lead to a rewarding career. You have the support of a great team and an industry leading company. So here we're speaking about UPS. So UPS is a giant in the delivery industry, as you know, of course. So you have the support of UPS. And the cool thing is that you will work by yourself, but you'll always be included, valued, and you'll be part of the UPS family. So the good thing is that this is a great opportunity, boss. This is a wonderful opportunity. What I want to say is, by the way, welcome back to the show. It's a really wonderful pleasure to have you here. And as we're talking about this, UPS personal vehicle driver opportunity, I want to insist on the fact that, boss, you are going to earn anywhere from $21 to $78 per hour. And you are paid weekly. Let me repeat that. You are earning $21 to $78 per hour, and you are paid on a weekly basis. Now, let me talk to you about the qualifications here. So if you want to become a UPS personal vehicle driver, first of all, you got to be at least 18 years of age. And you got to be able to lift up to 70 pounds. So we're talking here about your physical condition here. Very important. So 70 pounds, that's the maximum. And you need to have a clean, valid driver's license. So those are the three primary conditions. Now, based on our research and based on our investigations, UPS has other criteria. So they will do a background search. So what will happen here is that they'll probably check your background, and this will probably take like 1 to 2 weeks, depending upon the geography and the backlog of applications they have. They might ask you to do some kind of regulatory checks. So basically, you might have to do some drug tests or whatever. So those are things that are really, they don't say this online because they're trying to really lure as many applicants as possible. But once you actually get in contact with them, you're going to have to go through that. So medical tests, you're going to have that. And sometimes they'll ask you some questions. So it's not a really lengthy interview, but they'll ask you basic questions about like your job experience, your professional experience, your like what kind of aspirations you have, and in some cases they might ask you to send in your resume. Again, what I'm telling you here is based on it depends on the geography you're in. So if you are in a very, let's say, competitive market, such as New York or LA or Chicago or Austin, Texas, then you might have more requirements. But that's totally manageable. Okay, if they ask you your resume, just send your resume, not a problem at all. And you got to have a car though. You got to have a car. You got to have a clean, valid driver's license. They'll check that. They'll check that you don't have any sort of insurance. You don't have any car insurance problems. I mean, they'll check your insurance history, especially again if you are in a competitive market. They want to get the best. Now, if you are, let's say, in somewhere in Dover, Delaware, then it's not really a problem. Like, you don't have a lot of competition, then yes. But if you are in a very, like in the top market, things are a little tougher there. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. I'm talking to you about how to become a UPS personal vehicle driver, and earn anywhere from $21 to $78 an hour. Let me talk to you about the workload. So when we talk about this UPS personal vehicle driver, I mean, you got to ask yourself, how many deliveries will you make in a day? Well, it really depends on a lot of things. And you can actually you can make 5 deliveries all the way to 20 deliveries, or even 25 or 30 deliveries. Everything depends on the geography you are serving, boss. I mean, if you, again, going back to what I said about, there are some markets that are competitive, and there are other markets that are really slow. I mean, this just makes sense based on the economic activity. If you are somewhere in LA, or going back to my earlier example, you're not going to have the same type of economic activity than if you are in somewhere in Connecticut. I mean, same thing with Philly versus New Jersey. I mean, so it's all about the amount of deliveries will depend upon the economic activity in the area where you're in. But the cool thing is, I can tell you for a fact, based on our experience and based on our own business clients that we are able to fit into this program, that there are always jobs, there are always opportunities. Once you sign up and you are accepted into the program, you will always have jobs. Now the thing is that you will have to have you have to download the UPS app, and this is how you get the notifications. But you will have deliveries. Just make sure that the deliveries you pick are in sync with the vehicle you have, right? Don't pick loads that are too heavy for the vehicle you're driving. So again, make sure that you are picking the right loads. Another thing I want to say about the workload is that if you feel this is too much, if the workload is too much for you, please talk to your regional manager, your UPS manager, and explain things in a very simple way. But one thing I want to say here is that what will happen here is that the competition is so high. If you do not take a load, that's fine, because the load will go to the next personal vehicle driver. But you don't want to be in a situation where you are constantly passing over opportunities, because if they send you loads, you want to pick them up and that's it, okay, and just deliver them. That's how you actually build up your profile, and that's how you actually increase your personal vehicle delivery score. So your PFD, so PVD rather, your personal vehicle driver score, your PVD score. Let me talk to you about compliance here. So if you are a UPS PVD, you are supposed to comply with certain rules and regulations, and one of them is that you will be provided a uniform or UPS vest, and you must wear that. And it's not about, well, I don't like this UPS vest, I don't want to wear whatever. You have to wear that, and you'll need to provide your own comfortable closed-toe shoes or boots with a sturdy upper and non-slip soles. But you got to have the UPS vest, because see, for UPS, it's all about branding. It's all about branding. It's all about their reputation in the community that you are going to serve. And UPS is very strict when it comes to that. If they tell you to wear it, wear it. Because what happens here is that if you deliver loads on behalf of UPS and you don't have the UPS brand, UPS uniform, sometimes they have inspectors, and they randomly inspect drivers. They randomly investigate drivers. And if you're caught not actually following procedures, not following protocol, you could be fired, you could be dismissed. So this is really important. Whatever rules they tell you, like what will happen here is that depending on your geography, depending on your state or county, whatever, where they hire you, they will do like a general orientation session. And during the orientation session, they will explain to you what the compliance rules, what the rules are, and how you should maintain a proper compliance record. Okay. And so besides the vest / uniform thing, there are other things you need to comply with. Okay, but again, everything depends on the geography where you're hired, and so the rules might be different. Now there are some cases where UPS wants you to adopt a certain customer service experience to actually make the customer feel comfortable. So you need to make sure that you comply exactly with what UPS tells you. Now, the orientation session can be online, it can be live, and the UPS might also pair you up with a mentor, quote unquote mentor, or like somebody in your team who can actually be your point of contact for any questions you may have. Please avail yourself of all those opportunities, okay? Because there are so many opportunities as a UPS PVD that you really want to make sure that you stay on top of your game. One thing I also want to say is that when it comes to compliance, make sure that if you have any problem, you want to reach out to your PVD area manager as soon as possible. What will happen is once you are onboarded, they'll give you an email. They will give you all kinds of emails. So if you need help or whatever, so you can reach out to the right person and actually, you can air your grievances, or you can air your complaints, or whatever is bothering you. You have the opportunity to actually talk about it in a very clear environment. So in terms of compliance, please avail yourself of all the resources you have. Let's talk about the vehicle here. So, what type of vehicle do you need to drive as a UPS personal vehicle driver? The thing is that UPS has three main conditions, but they have other conditions that I will shortly elaborate on. So the first condition is your vehicle must be registered and reliable. Your vehicle must have a closed top or a covered bed, and your vehicle must have no other company logos or bumper stickers on it. So those are the three main rules that UPS wants you to follow when it comes to working for them as a UPS personal vehicle driver. Now let's dig a little deeper here. So your vehicle must be registered and reliable. So that means that all your vehicle's information must be legit, right? So there shouldn't be any problem at all. So Department of Motor Vehicle, your DMV record must be clean. You must have, so here we're speaking about the actual, the physical layout of the vehicle. So the vehicle must have a closed top or a covered bed. Very important if you're going to deliver UPS loads. And so don't actually have any other type of branding. So UPS wants to be the only company, the only brand on your car. Okay, don't have anything else. Now, what I want to say here is that you also, going back to what I said, you need to have the type of vehicle that will suit the loads you want to haul on behalf of UPS. And when we talk about vehicle, again, make sure that you have insurance, because UPS is not paying anything for you. You are basically using your own car. You're basically working for UPS, and they're paying you for it, but all the other costs, you are responsible for them. So insurance wise, make sure that you have proper insurance, because something were to happen, you are on your own. UPS is not shouldering any responsibility at all. You are a contractor. Okay, you're not a UPS employee, you are a contractor. So be very clear about that. So when you're a contractor, you have there are consequences that you need to be aware of. Okay, and so this is important. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about how to become a UPS personal vehicle driver and earn somewhere from $21 to $78 an hour, depending on your experience and the geography you are serving. And so yeah, it is what it is. Let's talk about the ka-ching, the payments here. So I was just telling you that as a UPS PVD, you earn anywhere from $21 to $78, depending on the geography, the states where you're hired, and the competition in that area. So normally when we talk about the wages, we're speaking about $21 per hour and to $78 per hour. And so you are paid weekly. That's really good. So UPS is not really waiting for 2 weeks or 1 month, whatever. They pay you weekly. So you get your cash ASAP. And so you also receive a mileage reimbursement. You might receive a mileage reimbursement, and you might get a phone stipend depending on the locations you're in. So a mileage reimbursement is kind of cool, because UPS really understand that, hey, listen, if you have to cover large distances, for example, to deliver certain loads, you are actually losing money. So UPS is willing to compensate you for that, to make sure that you are actually coming out of this whole equation profitable. And one thing I want to say here is that I want to go back to what I said about the fact that you are a contractor for UPS. You are a subcontractor. You're not working for them. You're working with them. So UPS is basically like the only thing they're paying you. They're paying you $21 to $78 an hour. They're paying you. They might give you a mileage reimbursement. They might actually also give you a phone stipend. That's it. They're not paying for your fuel. They're not paying for your car maintenance. They're not paying for anything. They're not paying for so you are on your own. So this is why it's important to properly manage your car, to properly manage your expenses also, so that you can be profitable driving for UPS as a UPS personal vehicle driver. Another thing I want to mention here is that you need to understand that because the payments are made weekly, UPS is not going to send you a check. No. So you need to have a bank account, and so you have to set up your bank account so that you're paid. The thing is, in some cases, UPS might send you a check, but they might actually charge you some processing fees. That's why they encourage all drivers to actually just have direct deposit. So once a month, once a week, you get your salary delivered to your account. No problem at all. Everything is done ACH, wire transfers. Now let's talk about the alert sign up. You want to sign up for job alerts, boss. If you want to get if you want to become a very profitable UPS personal vehicle driver, you want to sign up. I want you to look right now on the screen because the sign up process is very simple, nothing complicated at all. So the first screenshot, you put your first name, last name, very simple, not a problem at all. You have to put your email, you have to put your phone number. You have to put your areas of interest. So here, areas of interest means that you have to the kind of geography you want to cover. You can do this like you can say I want to cover the entire states, or I want to cover whatever. And then what I want you have to put also your location. So here, your zip code, your city, whatever. And you have to say how you heard about them, whatever. But those are not important elements. So that's the first screenshot. The second screenshot here, I want you to look right now here. So you have to, there are some disclaimers, whatever. There's some legality you have to take care of it. Nothing complicated, Just check the right box. You're not a robot, whatever. And that's it. And you just have to submit. So what will happen here is that basically UPS now has your email and they will send you jobs. And so you have a lot of jobs. And again, you could be making somewhere from $21 to $78. And one thing I want to say here is that UPS will actually reward you. The more jobs you take and the more jobs you complete successfully, UPS is going to start building a delivery driver sort of internal score for you, and reward you for future opportunities. They'll send you those opportunities at first. And I want to show you a third screenshot here. So I want to say that it's great to actually follow UPS on social media, because sometimes they share those job opportunities on social media. So right now, UPS is available on Facebook. They're available on Twitter. They're available on LinkedIn. I want you to look again on the screen. They are available also on Instagram. So basically just search for UPS jobs. It has to be UPS jobs on Instagram. So you have it. You have the handles for Facebook. You just look on the screen. You have the handles for Facebook, for Twitter, and for LinkedIn right there. So it is what it is. So the bottom line here is sorry about that. You have the opportunity to actually, get jobs. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. So I was talking to you today about how to become a UPS personal vehicle driver, a PVD. And so I spoke to you about the opportunity, the qualifications, the workload, the compliance, the vehicle, the payments, and the alert sign up. Thank you. God bless you. I'll speak to you at another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.